going to be walking through the demo of the rental workflow using Realtimate. So this is all going to happen on WhatsApp. We're going to see three screens, one for the agent, one for the homeowner, and one for the tenant. So the first screen will be of the agent making a rental agreement offer to the homeowner and tenant. So he's picking up the rental agreement offer, and he's going to create a rental agreement by filling all the details like address, the number of accessories, for example, the homeowner phone number, the tenant phone number, and the rent, the security deposit, the monthly maintenance fee, etc., etc. And when the rent starts, and he simply sends it to both the homeowner and tenant. So now he's waiting for the homeowner and the tenant to review the document and say that it's good to go. So you see now the tenant has reviewed it and said, okay, it's good to go. And then now the homeowner also has reviewed it. But he's going to be requesting a KYC for the tenant. Okay, he probably knows the homeowner, but he needs the tenant to authenticate himself. So he's going to request KYC. And then he's going to say the tenant needs to. Now the screen quickly switches to the tenant. The tenant sees the rental agreement. He can review it and ask for a change if he wants, or say in this case he says looks good. But now he's going to get a request for KYC because the agent asked him. So he's going to go and using Aadhaar-based authentication, he's going to authenticate himself. So the KYC is completed. So now the screen switches to homeowner. Homeowner would have a similar experience where he would simply open the document, and if he's very happy, he'll simply say the document is good to go. Now the screen will switch back to the agent again. So what he's got confirmation is that the homeowner and the tenant are all both good with the document. But now somebody needs to pay for the e-stamp. So the agent can pick the party to pay for the e-stamp. So in this case, he picks the tenant. And he says, okay, go ahead, Mr. Tenant, pay for the e-stamp. And the tenant gets a notification that he has to pay for the e-stamp, and he can use UPI or any other mean to pay for the e-stamp within seconds. So he's paid for the e-stamp, and then as soon as he pays it, there's the magic weapons, right? We go to Stock Holding Corporation, fetch the e-stamp, attach it to the rental agreement, and then send it for e-signature. So in just a few seconds, you'll see the request for e-signature. So then the tenant and homeowner, they go offline. In this case, we haven't captured it. They simply go offline and sign the agreement. We will be demonstrating the e-signature using Aadhaar card, which is legally absolutely valid. And once the user opens the rental agreement, he can simply hit continue, and he can enter his Aadhaar card number, and as soon as the Aadhaar card number is entered, an OTP is sent to his mobile, and he can enter the OTP. And as soon as the OTP is entered, the signature is made on the documents, and with that, the rental agreement signature is completed, and this is absolutely valid. And once the agreement is signed, let's see what happens. So then the agent gets a notification that both the homeowner, Shubham, has signed it, as well as the tenant, Mr. Bala Subramania Bhatt, has signed the agreement. So with that, the workflow is completed, right? And you can see that the two signatures have been signed, and this is applied to all pages. And with that, we come to the end of the rental workflow, and you can see how quickly that this has been completed. It's been completed within less than 5 minutes.